Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, and today we're going to fix Germany's big mistake by actually winning Barbarossa before winter. First things first is I need an agency on the go because we're going to want a collab government just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves, so we'll start that off. Now with the focus tree, we're going to be sticking as historical as possible with a few tweaks, so I'm probably going to rush the treaty with USSR here just to get ourselves some medium tanks early. We will obviously start with the Rhineland and we will demilitarize that. Research-wise, we'll start with our basic industry stuff. We'll start with electrical engineering. And then I think air is going to be a huge key player in this run. Obviously, artillery and soft attack as well. So we could upgrade the artillery, but we might as well do that closer to war. Get the close support gun for our tanks. So I'm going to start with range improvement because, funny enough, fighting in the Soviet Union means we need a lot of air cover. Speaking of air, let's get all of our planes into one place and we'll get them on exercise so we get a little bit of XP. Same with the Navy, let's go and bunch that up and get it on exercise. We'll probably just do a sub-spam technique today. I know we love a bit of Navy. I'm going to get the flame tanks as well, so we already have a warfare facility. Tank special project you will do, and we'll get those on the go. Industry, we're going to need guns, support equipment, artillery. Light tanks I'm getting rid of. We're not doing any light tanks. I might even sell them. We'll keep these planes. We'll get rid of mediums. And then we'll just delete all of this crappy Navy that we will not be using. We're going to have some subs. We will get the sub designer MIO and we'll just start making these 1936s. When we get a bit of XP, we'll add another torpedoes on. I'm going to start with just some civs in the high infrastructure area, which we will obviously get more later. I'm going to sell all of our planes. Is this the best strategy? Probably not. Can I be bothered to micromanage them? No. We are going to get rid of the light tanks as well because I do not want to use them. I need 850 manpower, so we are pumping units out, but I still think, yeah, we're not even halfway there. Okay, we will move on from that for a little bit. We will go for Angeles as soon as possible. We need more troops. So let's start on the 4-year plan and a bit of industry. Now, heavy MGs are quite a bit ahead of time, so we won't bother them. We have a nice bonus for rubber, which we will need because we won't be able to trade any of that once the war kicks off. Localized training center is done, so we can now go and get ourselves a spy from the Soviet Union, so at least he shouldn't get captured over and over again like normal. We will go and get the extra operative slot as well so we can get another one on the go and get the collabs going as soon as possible. I do want to get another research slot next, so we'll go and grab the factories there. 2 extra free factories while we wait for the research. Angeles has been accepted, obviously, so we will take over Austria. Lovely bit of their army, some more manpower and some more core factories to boot. We can now go and start our collab government. So we'll do the 2 spies that aren't the Soviets. Prepare that and always repeat it, and then we'll keep our Soviet spy there building the network still. We can get our extra research slots, so we'll start that one. We do have a spare one at the moment, so we'll just continue with the industry. We'll go and get Goering, I suppose, for superiority, a bit of XP and less production cost for our fighters. Let's go and design our new CAS. So we're going to add a new bomb lock to it, so it's got 2. We've already got the best engine. We don't want the turret, so we'll go and get some extra range. So we'll go extra fuel tanks, and we already have the dive brakes on for defense. So we will swap these out for our new ones, and then we might as well convert the old ones because it's cheap and quick. New fighters, we'll add another, oh, not cannons, I want another light machine guns for now. Best engine it's still got, and then we'll match the range with an extra fuel tank. I've got no extra defense stuff, so we'll leave it as it is for now. Make these ones and convert our old ones. Let's go and get 38 medium tanks so that when we get the lovely bonus, we can use it towards the lovely 40 medium tanks here. Some Panzer IVs, that is going to be our main bulk. So we'll start with these basic mediums, take about a year or just over. We'll do a few more bits towards our economy because the MIFO bills do mean the consumer goods start stacking up quickly. So we'll do some price controls. Our economy is looking good. We're at about 32 civilian factories we've got access to. We will go up to war economy in a second. There we go, 50 PP. So we'll go and grab war economy to help that out as well. We're up to 750, so we need another 100,000. So let's get a few more men in the field just by increasing our infantry template. We can then start going and getting the bonus from the Soviets for the tanks. We'll go and pick up heavy machine guns now. A year, that's fine, because we want these in our fighters ASAP. Right, treaty with the USSR, giving us our lovely medium tanks. We create a few templates as well, some heavy tanks, but we don't actually want that. We just want the 200% research bonus for armor. We probably don't need it, but I'm going to get the computing machine just for the extra 5% research speed, and we get a bonus towards that. Just thinking, I will need radar, so let's go and get ourselves an aero facility so we can get that researched. Collab Government 1 is done. Number 2 is ongoing, 86 days remaining on that. Let's go and get ourselves someone with radar specialist here. So we've got 2. Fast learner, we'll go with the bright because that is always better. And as soon as we get the breakthrough point, we will hit on radar. We'll do a few of these price control measures just to keep our consumer goods balanced for the MIFO bill. So we're at 22% at the moment, which is okay. Our industry is looking very nice. So we're in July 37, so I'm going to switch over to start making meals now because we've got 3 full stacks of civs on the go. Let's go and get a couple of bonuses for aircraft so we can get some better fighters and CAS on the go. I will go and get maintenance company because we want the easy maintenance module to put into our tank. So we'll start that. I know it's a bit of ahead of schedule, but it should work out nicely for our 1940 tanks. Have our breakthrough point, so let's go and pick up a radar. Basic medium tank is done, which means we can go use our 200% towards 1940 mediums. The temptation to do heavies is strong. We could do some real good Tiger tanks and make them how Germany should, but that is really, really stupid. I'm going to be sensible. We're going to do medium tanks. I am going to be sensible for this run. I will use the basic mediums for our flame tanks though, so we'll go and give that a 2-man turret will do. We'll give it the flamethrower and we will change it to a flame support company medium tank. Now we do want these fairly cheap, so I'm going to do Christie suspension because I want them the same speed as a normal tank so we can put them in those divisions without slowing them down. So we'll keep all of that the same. We will go and add wet storage to get the reliability up a bit more, so that's at 90%. And I think that'll probably do. We'll go maybe a couple of engines just to get it up to 8 because that's normally what I make our tanks. And that will be our medium flames. Let's get them into production as soon as possible. We're going to need quite a few because I want them in every infantry unit. So we'll just take a couple off the infantry equipment. Right, there is another collab government done. We're at 2 out of 3, so 1 more. Let's go get engine 3s with our 25% bonus. 415 days. Basically the same for the improved small airframes, so that's good. They'll come in the same time. We will switch out our fighters for heavy machine guns as well, just to make them better air attack. And this is going to be our standardized unit, really. We might add in maybe some armor or something when we get it, or some self-sealing tanks, depending on our rubber usage. But this will do for now. That will be our last collab government done, which means we have full collab on the Soviets, so they should capitulate a lot sooner. So basically, once we take the 3 main cities, I'm going to set up in France now and see if we can get towards a few of them. Let's go and get the fate of Czechoslovakia. We've got enough manpower now, and we will integrate them for a few more cores. Let's go for all of Czechoslovakia, I think. So we've got a bigger border on Poland, which should mean we can crush them even quicker. I'm going to keep the same historical dates for the start of the war and the start of Barbarossa. That is the plan. Everything else I'm a little bit easy on, as you can tell. We will probably go... I mean, some of the army needs doing, so we'll develop that. Let's go and put in our medium flame tanks just to see how many we require. So basically we get a load of attack for every type of terrain type is the main point. We need about 1,500 more yet though. We've actually got a lot of artillery, so I'm going to change our infantry units to 21 width because they absolutely crush against the AI. Who are we going to make our field marshal? Obviously it's going to be Rommel. It's always Rommel. Improved medium tanks. Right, here we go. 3-man turret to start with. We will go for close support gun because we need soft attack against the AI. We will go for the best radio, which is basic. We'll go the easy maintenance, cost 30, but production cost less and 10% reliability. We will also go for wet storage, probably. I don't need it, but we're going to get the reliability so we can up the speed. And we will then go for a bit of sloped armor just to increase our armor itself. We'll go Christie, we'll go cast, and then we'll go... We can stick with gasoline, really. We'll add a load of armor on. We'll get this reliability to 100%. And that will do there. 100% reliability, 80 speed, good armor, good soft attack. This is going to be our armoured template. So we've got lovely soft attack. We've got a nice AUG. We've got 30 widths, which is probably optimal. We've got the flame tanks. We've got a few other bits. We're going to get 6. I'm going to go for 6, I think. If I can get that before the start of the war, win-win. Right, improved small airframe is done as well. So we will get the heavy machine guns maxed out. We'll give it engine 3s for enough thrust. We will give it 1 extra fuel tank to get the range up a little bit. We'll up the MIO. And we could go for another one, but it does reduce the defense. So I don't think we need that. I think this is it. Basic and cheap. And that will win us the air war. We will also need some new CAS. So we will max out the bomb locks. We can get 3 of these on. Oh, anti-tank cannon actually I've got. Let's go for an anti-tank cannon as well. We will up the MIO. We have got enough weight to thrust with engine 3s. That's good. We'll add in some dive brakes and we will add in some extra fuel tanks, which makes it an absolute perfect balance of CAS. We'll go and get infantry expert always. We'll wait, I think, and we'll pick up Rommel, the armoured genius, for 170. So a little bit more PP, and we'll get him for our armour attack and defence. We need 2,000 Panzer IV medium tanks. We're currently making 4 a week with 6 factories. I mean, there's another 4 factories, so we're up to almost 1 a day, which is better, but, you know, still 2,000 days. We do have a few focuses down here where we can improve our blitzkrieg and our armour abilities and the air, so we'll probably pick up a couple of these. I've got the equipment, so we're going to go and get another 2 full stack armies. 7 full armies should be enough, just a little bit of equipment missing. 7 full armies should be enough. We do need artillery though, so we'll up that. Everything else is looking good except tanks. I'm not going to be able to get 6 out before the war starts. We're going to take 2. We'll put them to low priority and then we'll put the reinforcements up. So we should get at least 2 full divisions of tanks and they should be fully equipped, and that should be enough to help us smash through Poland. A little bit of a breakthrough. We will obviously make sure these have the best field marshal and the best generals for our armour abilities and get them on training. We will start Danzig or war now. We're in July, so it's about time. We want to keep this on schedule. Italy's joined us. We have guarded French border. We are doing some collab governments, or we did anyway. I must have missed that we stopped doing it. So we only have 1, but at least that's a little bit easier to take France. And I think it means the garrison afterwards is easier. Let's get a few of our spies out to get a bit of planning bonus towards the nations we're about to take. Poland, and we'll do one in Belgium as well, because they are a bit of a tough nut to crack. Let's get our air out. We'll get a few of these split off and we'll get them up here and then out to eastern Poland, although we won't need them as much as western Poland. Poland has refused Danzig. What a surprise. Immediately declare war. We're on the 13th of September, so we are actually a few days late, but close enough. Let's get all of these ticking off. We'll tick our panzers off here and we'll use them to smash through and see if we can just drive straight into Warsaw. We'll go and get Rommel now. We have the PP and I totally forgot. We can go and get someone. Close air support. Close air support is definitely what we need. Right, they are last standing, but that should just be them completely melting away against our lovely soft attack from our 2 panzer divisions. Once they've deleted that, we'll just try and encircle everyone in this Danzig pocket here to the west and quickly finish Poland off as soon as possible. Right, the panzers are through, so that's fine. They're heading straight for Warsaw. They have also crumbled this front line here, so we can get a nice little pocket going on. Everything up here is going to be trapped, so we'll just make sure we will pin any division here so they cannot escape. That is it closed already, which is good. We are making great time here. Green air over Poland. We are destroying them and doing a bit of CAS, which is good. They are putting up a bit of a fight to Warsaw, but we should still be able to walk straight in because they don't actually have anyone there, especially the tanks. They'll be in a jiffy. There goes Warsaw, and that is the capital taken. And there goes Poland, 25th of September. That literally took us 2 weeks. I think it took about 5 weeks in real life, so we are far ahead of schedule there. We will get everyone straight over to the Benelux. We actually did it so quickly, it's only at 13 days around the Maginot Focus, so we did it in 13 days. Our army is on the way to Belgium. We will get our subs out now. I suppose we're at war with the Allies and get some convoy raiding going. So we'll get them on medium. We'll set them on medium repair. We'll let them split off and reinforce. And we're just going to convoy raid everything that is going to supply the Brits that is not a shallow sea like the north here. That's fine, Norwegian. We'll get them to the African coast. I'm going to put them in the Med as well, so they can't use that as a through road. The problem is I can't get to this Cape Verde plain, which will bottleneck them. Although, we can get docking rights from Spain, thank you very much, which means we will extend our subs to here and bottleneck the strait. Partition of Poland, yes, we will stick to historical as possible. There goes the Maginot Line, which is good because we have been sat here waiting for them. We're actually ahead of time getting there. We will now go, I suppose, off to Denmark and Norway to be historical as possible, declare on all of the Benelux nations and quickly roll through there. Weirdly, Luxembourg has no divisions here, so we're immediately going to use Luxembourg as our through road, because Belgium is actually a really difficult country to knock out now. They do seem to have some good divisions, and obviously the terrain helps them. All our CAS and air is over. They are slightly engaging, but we're doing a lot of CAS damage, so that's absolutely fine. We can handle that. Netherlands is just being imploded by our panzers straight into Amsterdam, knock the Brit troop out there, and we should quickly cap them. Right, there's the Netherlands done. Some nice guns, thank you. We'll take them and use them. And Luxembourg is done. Just Belgium, so we'll quickly move our front line round to make sure we fill in here. They're going to try and readjust to attack us, but we're going to use our panzers over this side straight for Paris. If we can get through here, which we can because there's only one division that we're rolling back. This is some nice plains here, so we'll go around this way with one panzer unit. They will... Oh, there goes Belgium anyway. There goes Belgium, so France is basically open. We'll take one through Lille here as well. One can pin that French unit. And we'll move in. And there goes Paris. And that should be France capitulating right there. 29th of October. Load of guns they've given us. And that is France done well ahead of schedule. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's June 40 they've surrendered. So we are far ahead of schedule. We will go and nick some gold reserves here just to keep our war industry going and keep our consumers' goods down. We don't want to overuse it if we don't need to. So we are at still 23%. So we will go and take Belgium's gold supply as well. We're actually still ahead of doing the Denmark focus as well. So that's how ahead of time we are. There's the Soviets doing the Winter War. We'll go and we could go after Sweden next, I'm feeling, because they're lovely resources. So we'll at least start with Denmark and Norway. Obviously, Denmark are going to immediately surrender as soon as we start on them. We don't even have a general here, so we'll put you in charge. There goes Norway joining. There goes Denmark surrendering. And we'll just get them a nice puppet. We'll use our navy quickly just to get some supremacy across the Danish Straits here so we can kick off our naval invasion into Norway. We've got our CAS over there as well, which they cannot stop. They do seem to have quite a defence, to be fair, around Oslo. Let's go and call Italy in, because I do want to take the Suez Canal off them and win the North African campaign early. So the Brits just have a couple of panzers there. So we're going to move our two panzers across. I'm going to deploy these half-equipped other panzer units over here as well. So we'll take our 6 barely equipped ones and we'll roll through Africa. The race for the canal is open. We should be able to move quicker than this light tank of the Brits. Oh, it basically disintegrated anyway. So that is Egypt well and truly open for us. We'll just quickly encircle Alexandria there. We'll move over here and grab the other port on the canal quickly before the Brits manage to reinforce. Norway is done. Right, that is good. We can get this army on the border with Sweden and we're going to threaten them a bit for their lovely resource because that will be very, very handy to our war machine. Rule 1. Make sure we have enough port guards for the Allies. That is big mistake number 1 we don't want to happen to us. I mean, we're still 4 years away from D-Day, so I think we will be okay. Italy has mopped up the canal for us while I sort of wasn't paying attention, so we will get our panzers back over to mainland Europe. They are no longer required in Africa. Sweden accepts our deal. Very, very wise, but a little bit anticlimactic. We'll go and get another field marshal. I want 2 full field marshals, so 10 armies of infantry ready for the Soviet war, plus hopefully about 12 or so panzer units. So we'll line up another 3 armies there to fill out the 2 field marshals we got going on, and having 10 armies. We have got enough equipment, so that's absolutely fine, apart from a bit of artillery. We will fight for the Battle of Britain. I do want to win the air war against the Allies. That way I can at least cover my skies and not have our factories pummeled into oblivion. So we're going to get some radars on the go to help us, which is definitely something Germany should have done more of. And let's go and get all of our planes over the English Channel. I'm going to move them over to southern England because they will not engage us. This is not the best territory for us, but the exchange rate isn't too bad. I mean, I'm actually out of fuel, which I haven't noticed. So we'll go and quickly borrow some / buy some off of Iran. So we'll go and take a load off them, which should keep our planes in the sky and at least help us with this. We are winning slightly. We're going to go and get the cold weather specialist for the Rangers. That way we can go to our infantry template and we can add, when we've got enough XP, the Rangers to give us excellent snow attack, defense and movement to help us through the Soviet Union. We're exchanging very well, so the Battle of Britain is pretty much almost done already. We'll use these three to get the 41 industry techs because we do need to keep our supplies up and our equipment very well stocked. We have got a lot of equipment, to be fair, so I think we are quite geared towards the Soviet Union here. We'll go and get a few more panzers, which we can afford. So another 6 out will leave us with 12, which will be probably enough to encircle and smash through the Soviet front lines. The Baltics have gone, so we can now set up our front line nicely. I'm not going to call in Romania and Hungary, so we're not going to utilise a big front line. We're going to do a very condensed one here in the north, so we'll split it half here and we'll just max out past Stalingrad because that's probably as far as we need to go. And then we'll do the other one up here and we'll do the same heading towards Moscow and Leningrad up here. With our panzers, we are going to deploy the load more there, so we are looking quite stacked here. We'll get them on training just to get their skill up. But we'll then put them straight in the middle and I'm just going to do a spearhead straight into Moscow. Battle of Britain is definitely won. So we'll take some of these fighters now and we're going to put them up over France and Germany. Just put a few on air supremacy and a few will switch over to interception just to make sure that no strats get through. We are going to get some mountaineers, so I haven't got much XP to design them yet. So we'll go and add artillery and the Rangers to begin with. These we're going to use to naval invade into Leningrad and push out through the north with the excellent winter capabilities. Let's go and declare on Yugoslavia. We can get our mountaineers there first go at action, and I want the ally basically from Yugoslavia. They're obviously going to join the Allies. But we've got our CAS up, we've got them on aggressively assault, so Mountaineers are perfect for them. Load of CAS, they're not going to be able to defend that. And we will, yeah, they are in the Allies. We will just roll them over. I imagine that they're going to break into a civil war, which isn't ideal, but hopefully we can cap them before that happens. And no, obviously not. As I say it, they have broken into civil war, but that's fine. We'll just get the ally off them. Can now up our Mountaineers to having 3 artillery, so 25 widths because Mountain is 50 range. We can't get any more support equipment, but that's okay for now. We'll go and get landing craft with our lovely bonus. That means we can dump our whole Mountaineers over to Leningrad. Britain is... Oh no, they have got a few more airplanes yet, but it's fine. We've got green air above all of our space, so I'm not too bothered. I could let the AI do this automatically, but we're going to manage the air ourselves. So we're going to get fighters and CAS up over the Baltic and Eastern states, or Eastern Poland state, I should say, and be ready to cast the hell out of the front line. Time for war with the USSR. We're in March, so this should now land nicely on when we want to kick off historical in June. We are basically all set up ready. Now we've got our naval invasion capacity up, we'll set up our Mountaineers to jump in at Leningrad. We'll take out the old capital immediately as soon as the war kicks off. Our navy should be enough to give us supremacy against the Soviets' navy that they have here in the Baltic Sea. Our logistics is looking very nice. I mean, we could do with a few more bits of equipment in certain aspects like support equipment. We obviously need more trucks still and some more tanks. 22nd of June 1941. Here we go. Operation Barbarossa. Can we knock the Soviet Union out before the end of October, which is when the Germans thought they could do it by? That is the main challenge. This is make or break time. All of this pre-planning. So we're obviously doing all of our action plans or our battle plans on the go. Absolutely everything will set off, and then we'll do obviously a lot of micromanaging. And we will start with the declaration. The Finns have also joined in. We've declared war. We are still decrypting, but we'll do that in 60 days, so that's fine. We've got a lot of spy going on, so we've got some intel. Let's see if we can quickly smash through with our panzers straight off the bat. This is over a river, so it's probably not the best place, but I mean, it is still absolutely crushing the Soviets here. So once these break through, we'll have to be very quick to get some encirclements. 16 panzer divisions are going to split out and go all different directions here and cause absolute chaos. So we're going to go around here. All of these divisions are pinned in place as well, so we should be able to get off a handful of encirclements straight away. Right, keep pushing there. We've got one down here if we can move some infantry here. That's a nice little pocket, including some Soviet tanks as well. So they have fallen back, and there we go. We'll quickly close that pocket. Up here, we've actually closed this as well without me doing too much micro-in. So we'll quickly pin them, make sure this doesn't open again. Yellow air over Poland, green over the Baltic. We are cassing a lot, but we do need a few more fighters here just to fight the Red Air Force. So we'll split them out. Well, they have got 3,000 fighters at the moment. They are not engaging us over the Baltic, so that's absolutely fine. Finland has actually pushed out far quicker than I thought, but we have landed with all of our mountaineers and very little resistance here. So if we can quickly push out, we might be able to get a huge encirclement of the Baltic states. Let's reorganise our panzers to a front line here. We'll then use a spearhead. We'll probably go up here to the river line, I suppose. We can then meet up with the mountaineers and trap everyone else. We'll be able to roll westward and crush the encirclement. We are running out of fuel, so I'm going to trade for some because we need to make sure the panzers and the air stay up. We've got Romania. We'll take all of Turkey's as well. Anything where we don't have to use a ship, we will borrow your oil. Nothing is really stopping our panzers. This is becoming too easy, but I may overstretch my supply lines here. We also need to readjust the front lines. I wish you could do like a joint front line where it will stop when the other one combines, because I keep having to move these to make sure they don't overlap each other, which is a little bit irritating on these huge front lines. We're at 200,000 losses, 2 million for the Allies. The Soviets are at 600,000. Looks like we're going to close this in about 3 different points, so there's going to be no chance. The cast damage is absolutely massive as well. There's all green air. I don't really know where the Soviet fighters have gone, so we will keep moving that out and pulling up onto their new air forces as we push forward. I think they don't have enough air bases in the rear to help. There is a nice little encirclement here against the Romanian border as well, which we will try and crush. Okay, that is now a big encirclement, so we will split half off. There's a few trapped here and a little micro encirclement in the middle of the bigger one. Moscow is basically open, so we're just going to beeline our way straight through and take Moscow. We will then focus on the south a bit. I forgot we can nick the reserves as we go along, so we'll take a few gold reserves. We'll take the campaign bonus. Führer Directive 21. I never knew this was a decision. Okay, that's basically what we're aiming for this challenge. So we've got 146 days to do it in. We can already get the Supreme Leader as well, so we'll go and get that, and then our leader will give us some lovely bonuses towards manpower and attack and stuff. Meanwhile, we are on the doorstep of Moscow trying to push in. We will smash our way into Moscow. We have 62 cast damage going on above it, and there we go. Moscow has fallen. We are in the 4th of August, and we have already taken Moscow. Leningrad's also taken. We're going to move our armour now down here, and then we're going to roll straight towards Stalingrad, and that should be enough to cap the Soviets. We're out of fuel, but our panzers are just smashing to Stalingrad. Hopefully we can get the oil down here in the mountains. Meanwhile, we are still pushing through Ukraine. There's basically nothing stopping us rolling into Stalingrad at the moment. I mean, they might have a division there because it is their capital now, but if not, I think we'll just roll in and cap them. There is no one in Stalingrad, so we will just immediately walk in there. We'll go and get our decryption on the go as well, so we get some attack bonuses. We still have loads more of the campaign instruction, and we still got 117 days to take Stalingrad. Weirdly, Stalingrad actually wasn't enough, so we're going to move the front line of our tanks, and we'll go sort of Rostov and down into the mountains here towards Baku, grab the oil fields, and that should be enough to cap them then. There's a nice little encirclement here that's being dealt with. Japan has declared on the Philippines. We're on the 28th of August, so USA is imminent in joining the war, which might be a bit of a problem for us. 89%, so they've still got a little bit to go yet. There's obviously quite a few cities down here in the south that we haven't captured. Probably Sevastopol will do it then if we beeline for that. The Soviets don't really have a lot of divisions to man their front line. I think if we just go bang into Sevastopol, that should be enough. We'll do a few more of these little divots down. The Soviets basically can't handle it when we just go... Oh my god, the infantry equipment. Okay, we do need to wrap this up quickly before we start taking massive attrition and can't push. But our equipment is more than the Soviets, at least at the moment. Rostov might be enough to cap them. There's a nice little pocket here. How much longer have... Oh, none. 100%. We're already there. Never mind. Forget everything I was saying. Never mind. There goes the Soviet Union. Load of guns. They probably should put them in hands of some troops, really. We will just go and straight up annex them, Mongolia and Tanatuva. We'll take the Navy as well. Why not? Why not? Confirm and exit that peace deal. Weirdly, the Soviet Union still says it's there, so please say it's not broken. No, it's fine. We've just got the Allies. Okay, cool. We're still at war with the Allies, obviously. But the Soviet Union has fallen. We can now go and do the decision. We could have the gold reserves, but not the one we actually want. What we want is proclaim the new order. We are the Greater Germanic Reich. We have defeated the Soviet Union in a record time. Did it before winter. They wanted it done before the end of October. We've got it done by mid-September. We could go after the Allies, but the whole point of the challenge was to defeat the Soviets before the winter set in, which we have done. So hit me down in the comments what challenge you want me to do next. It's about time I did a few infantry ones. I know we've been doing a lot of Navy. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to our members and peace out.